Hey there folks, Champask here, bringing another audio commentary, and today we have a game between Passion of Team FS versus the one and only th actually. Human versus Undead, and a very interesting matchup actually. It's not a matchup we see a whole lot of nowadays, but certainly it's one that can be very interesting, and straight off the bat actually, we see th doing the standard human thing, just putting down the farm and then immediately going and building the barracks. That just allows you to space out your base a bit better. It doesn't really cost you anything. You can afford to do it, and means that you can then immediately have a perfect base on at least one side. And obviously, it's not too hard to build just two squares away, so you can get a very nice wall off very early on. Obviously, something that's very important against undead. And meanwhile, Passion obviously going for the very standard build here. Obviously, not really going to go for fiends in this matchup, actually, especially on this map, because you can get defend on this map, and then you can do some really efficient creeping, and then you can go straight for those fiends, and it can really cause a lot of problem for the undead. So certainly a very standard opening here. We see th didn't power build his altar, just going to be getting out an archmage at the normal time. We have been seeing Mountain King being very popular here in the last couple years, but really archmage has always been king. And really, especially on this map as well, there's some excellent creep you can do. You can go to the shop, and then you can go down here, and you can really get level 3 very quickly, and then that causes all kinds of problems. You know, with CFS Passion has built the 6th Acolyte, so we'll be scouting out, really wants to see that hero choice, and you can look for the expansion as well, though it's certainly not too likely this early on. Most humans will go for an expansion eventually against undead now, but they're certainly better at holding off those destroyer pushes than they used to be, but there certainly are still lots of problems that they do have. FS Passion now being chased away by those footmen, as we see this Archmage is about to pop, and actually immediately a tower going down. It's so important to get that Arcane Tower up quickly, because that just dissuades any skeletons from going in, and that can be really important. We see the Death Knight now out, but the Archmage is already creeping up here. The militia have been pulled, 5 militia have been pulled, which is going to allow this creeping to go very quickly. Means that he probably will be able to get both these camps, and we'll probably be hoping for no creeps to be stolen now, or he will be hoping for that, but he'll probably be planning on nothing going wrong. It looks like actually FS Passion stopping to kill a deer so he can make some skeletons. Very smart choice here. Allows you to do a lot more harassment, and means you can get up that second set of skeletons a lot quicker as well. th now already hitting that level 2, going to be pretty close to level 3 as well very soon. And as I said, those level 2 water elementals combined with that level 1 brilliant aura, very powerful. As we see FS Passion now coming in, maybe we can try and steal his water elemental. He does get it. That's huge for him. It's just a huge amount of experience for him, and that's just so nice, because it does allow him to really do a lot of harassment now, with really committing no ghouls at all, so he can get out a bunch of lumber. He even does have this graveyard up, and his Halls of the Dead is going up. Meanwhile, we have th that's already scouted this out, so certainly th playing it very safe, going to be creeping a bit slower as a result, but going to know exactly what's coming from FS Passion as time goes on. And we now see FS Passion actually going to be doing some creeping with all these skeletons he's managed to summon. He only has 1 charge left now on his Rod of Necromancy, but it will actually allow him to get pretty close to level 2, if not level 2, because of that water elemental kill. Meanwhile, th now going for this expansion. If he is going to take this expansion, he's going to be very careful with how he places his towers, really, as we see his first militia has already gone down. The Death Knight, though, only has 2 coils left. Certainly he has nothing else to coil apart from enemy units. Maybe he's going to go for this water elemental kill here. This would almost get him level 2 now, so that would be very nice, but unfortunately he does not get it in time, and now Death Knight is being chased away, very low on health, but very close to level 2. If he can come back in for that level 2, that will be so useful, because that will give him that huge health regeneration, as well as the movement speed boost, and both of those are really important. So we now see him lurking around, but this Archmage is now already level 3, and he finally gets that, and immediately we see him pick up that Unholy Aura and get the hell out of dodge. It's so important to get out of there very quickly, and actually normally a bad item here for th, but against the Death Knight you can actually make good use of it early on if you just keep on stealing their mana, not because you need the mana, but just because you want to deny those death calls as much as possible, or you can save it for the Mountain King second and then steal mana off the Death Knight again, and then you're actually getting good use from that mana as well. We see he's actually keeping the Wand of Mana stealing, so he definitely has some sort of plan for it, and it's always good in emergencies as well. If you have a low Archmage and you're about to be coiled, you can just steal the mana. It's quite a nifty trick if you can get away with it, and certainly th is the type of player who can, as we now see the first couple fiends are now out, 4 of FS Passion, but the Death Knight already taking a bit of damage here. does manage to secure the creep, and the Archmage now races for that item, does get it, gets the gauntlets, very very nice there, and this Death Knight is still taking more and more damage, so really TH getting most everything going his way, apart from a couple steals there by FS Passion earlier on. So we're now seeing these fiends being chased away a bit, but actually they turn around and they're going to have to run back into the base. As long as they're standing on that blight and they have the Death Knight nearby, they can regen very quickly without even needing the coil. And we actually saw that one Water Elemental sacrifice himself with the creep to deny the experience. So very solid play here by both players so far. Only one Arcane Tower going down for TH, and we do now see this Hall of the Dead is finished. Finally a Slaughterhouse going down, no other tech apart from the Lich, but in terms of buildings, it looks like we're just going to be seeing the Slaughterhouse and maybe tier 3, maybe a Destroyer push, which would be really old school. And as I say, humans tend to be a lot better at holding them off. We can see now he's putting down more towers, and you do need to spread those towers out, because otherwise the splash damage will just destroy those towers so quickly. And we now see TH doing a bit of creeping. He's been scouted out here by Passion, but he doesn't really care too much about that. He picks up these Sentry Wars, and that is huge. There's going to be so much map control gained here by TH. He's going to be able to scout out what's going on, and actually, ooh, did FS Passion see that now? I'm not actually sure, but if he did, he can go and scout that out, and that'd be very nice. But he's actually picked up a Sacrificial Skull here. Is he going to be going for some sort of push? Is he bringing along an Acolyte? He does have this Acolyte here. That would be very interesting if that's what is his plan. And actually now he is forced to coil one of his unfortunately ensnared fiends, as we now see this fiend actually taking a lot of damage from these footmen who do bonus damage to the fiend, and one footman does go down in exchange, but a very nice trade here for TH. To who these footmen are more or less disposable at this point. You can just build a lot of them because you have that 2 base economy, and now level 3 on this Death Knight finally is going to allow him to get those much more powerful coils here. And meanwhile TH has started his tech now, but actually no, he's just putting down this lumber mill now, so his guard tower is going to be very very late, and as a result he's building 2 arcane towers, which might be a bit of overkill, as we now see this push is coming in. We do have the blight being put down, which is at the moment just for regeneration. Still no acolytes coming in, so no towers are going to be going up, which is a bit of a shame actually, because with that late lumber mill you might be able to put down a couple of ziggurats, and that could be pretty powerful here, especially if you got a slow tower down. And now it looks like this Archmage was coiled Nova, is going to be forced back, but does still have 400 hit points, so certainly not in too much peril, as this 4th Fiend does join the fight. And a good amount of focus power here, but we do see TH has now picked up Defend, and that's just going to be so annoying. It's going to mean that the only real target is the Archmage. You can go for those Water Elementals, but they're obviously timed units anyways, so you're not really going to be gaining too much in the long term from there. Finally a statue comes out and is now going to do some healing, and actually we can see he's being, that statue is being microed to restore both health and mana. Very important to do that, just to get the maximum benefit from that statue. So you now see this Death Knight taking a bit more damage, but is being microed very nicely on this blight, and that blight provides such nice regeneration, but it seems in the end that just not enough is getting done here, as this statue's being chased down by this Water Elemental, who not only does huge damage to it, but also that damage is not going to heal over time from natural regeneration. You have to have that Death Knight nearby to get any sort of regeneration, and obviously you can't coil it either, so really doing that damage to the statue is the only real choice here, as another Water Elemental does go down. And it looks like a 5th Fiend now joining this fight as well, as you see more pressure likely to be applied here, but a Blacksmith actually going down. Interesting choice here, as well as this Arcane Vault. So nice to have this Arcane Vault of the expansion, even though it might actually go down now. It's just so useful to not have to run back and forth constantly whenever you need to buy more items. And we see TH just absolutely spamming these towers down everywhere. His keep is almost done. Nova actually goes down here on this Archmage, who's being chased by just the Lich. Bold choice here by this Lich. Can micro back if need be, but certainly it means that the Lich has gotten very far away, and actually range damage can be very potent. It's a bit surprising here, as TH has actually trapped his own Shredder here. You'll have to be on the lookout for that later on, as we now see a lot more pressure coming down onto these huge number of towers. TH cancels that first one in time. This Arcane Tower doing this tiny amount of damage to the Fiend will want to be re-microed onto this Death Knight as soon as it comes into range, does that, but immediately the Death Knight runs out of range. Very nice play here by both sides, as we now see this Guard Tower being focused down. Obviously, actually that first Nation upgrade has completed as well, and we now see TH looking like he's going to just completely run for it. Maybe try some sort of meager counterattack in the hopes of actually, he could actually catch out the statue here if he can bring out a Water Elemental. That would be very, very nice at this point. But oh, maybe he's going to buy some Sappers. Yes, he does. He buys a Sapper. What's he going to go for here? Maybe some Ziggurats. We'll have to see, as we now see a lot more damage being applied here as the Sapper comes in. Where is it going to go? And looks like maybe it's just just going to go for those ziggurats. That would be very nice. It would hold production, but it looks like a bit of blocking goes down. Only one ziggurat gets caught because of that Spirit Tower finishing there. TH knew he didn't have the time, but the Black Citadel now taking a lot of damage. Did take some splash there from the Sapper as well, so this might actually be very effective in forcing Passion back. He did keep his TP, so he certainly is not 100% committed here, and these defend footmen are so good because they just don't take any damage at all from these towers. It's absolutely insane. The ghouls having to be pulled now, and now the statue taking a lot of damage from the water elemental as well, but it's going to be a race here. Who can do more damage quicker? Looks like almost all the peasants have gone down here for TH at his main base, but he's taking a lot of damage, especially on his Lich. He's taking a huge amount of damage, and we now see even more going down. The statue finally goes down now for Passion, and now we see even some of these water elementals are starting to go down, and it looks like Passion may actually hold this off in incredible fashion. That would be so nice, but we do see that TH has not managed to actually kill any, has not managed to lose any of his main critical buildings. His Mountain King is being produced, but the altar might be taken down too quickly. A Shredder actually being picked up here now by TH to do more and more damage here to this Black Citadel, and we now see the Acolytes having to be pulled. That's very dangerous because this Shredder can do a huge amount of damage to the Acolytes if Passion isn't paying attention. We know this Mountain King's gonna probably not make it out in time. Looks like it's gonna be very close, but it looks like there's no repair going down on this altar, and it will go down seconds before that Mountain King pops out. Big loss there for TH, who could really have used that bolt to take out a lot of these low fiends very handily. And we now see actually the Archmage of TH has run right into the range of a lot of these snow towers and the Black Citadel, which are all doing a good amount of damage just in chasing away and really lowering his DPS as well. And TH is now almost completely out of units, and Passion has held this off really nicely, and is now going to TP home. He's done all the damage he possibly could have hoped to have done. There's no way he's going to be able to kill much more, and he can do so much here at his main base. The Archmage did manage to run away in time, but everything else is going to die now. One statue goes down, but that's going to be the only additional loss here for Passion, as we now actually see this one footman. Looks like he's a bit undercover there. He's killed by the towers, denying the experience to the Death Knight and to the Lich, unfortunately, and this Lich could really use that experience to get to that level 3. In the meantime, we do see no altar rebuilt here at this base for TH, and no altar rebuilt here quite yet either. So there it goes. There it is. Good. Oh, it isn't even going to be power bolt. This seems like a mistake here by TH. He really should. There he goes. There. He really does need to get a second hero out at this point, because the Archmage can do some damage, but really once you hit level 5, you need to have that second hero, because the aura is just too powerful to be wasting it on just one hero. And then also, I mean, water elementals don't get too much better, or don't become much more effective as you go over time, just because those fiends start to build up such a huge number that you can focus them down, and the Lich already has her orb, so you can just take that down quickly as well. This farm is at low hit points, so it's actually going to go very quickly now, and we now see Passion going to make another attack here on this altar, and actually going to go for the peasants first. Going to take out a couple of them. Looks like TH isn't quite paying attention. He's too busy trying to take down this Black Citadel of his own. He's actually going for some of the Acolytes now, but they are all being microed back very handily, and now this Archmage taking a lot of damage. Really nice play here by Passion, who's now created some false Death Knights as well, in the hopes of tanking some of that damage there. No Arcane Towers, so it's really up to TH to just be watching to see which Death Knight's doing damage, and looks like all these militia are just going to give up and run away. One footman actually at the back here probably should try and make a run for it, but certainly it looks like he will just be experienced fodder at this point, as we now see TH actually picking up a Panda second. So desperate he is for a second hero, knowing that if he started a Mountain King now, there's no way it would finish in time. So really a sign of desperation here from TH, who's now actually even going to lose this footman, and really these hero levels 4 and 3, and both of those are halfway to their next levels. So impressive compared to 4 and 1 from TH. So really Passion in a great position, even though he's only one base. TH has been put down effectively to one base. He will eventually, actually maybe Passion's going to turn around and take down this base now. So we'll have to see. You know, these illusions are being used to scout just as their timer runs out. This one actually had just been created, so he will be able to scout it a bit more. We know we do have 3 breakers have been created, 2 more on the way, but actually it looks like TH was supply block there briefly, so he's actually starting Magic Sentry now. I'm not really sure how much use Magic Sentry is actually going to be in this situation, but we'll have to see. And TH now farming with his Archmage, actually. That's a bit surprising. It'd be really nice if he just sent his Archmage back, tried to get this level 2 on the Panda at least, because he's going to have so much mana from the high level Brilliance Aura, that really it's going to be so nice if he can get, if he can be using both skills at once, especially against those fiends, where it can be fairly effective in conjunction with Spellbreakers and Defend Footmen. Obviously, Passion still has the hero level advantage, and actually it does chase away the last little vestige of TH's creeping force there. As we now see TH, he seems to be wondering how to plan a bit. He has met up with his Spellbreakers. They are still 0-0 upgraded though, and Fiends do have their first attack upgrade. And looks like finally this keeping to go down. TH with a good chunk of money though, so he will be able to keep producing Spellbreakers for a little while at least, and maybe should try and look to do a lot more creeping now, build up a force, and hope that hope that Passion mines out first, and then is unable to secure an expansion while TH can outlast him. That might be his best choice at this junction, as we now see this Panda hitting level 2. The Archmage getting really sapping a lot of his experience though, and actually interesting replenishment potion being kept by the looks of things, which is it's quite late to be keeping that at this point. But he is already using one, so we'll have to see what his plan is going to be here in terms of using those, because really you get to such high frequency battles here that they become a lot less useful. As we now see TH boldly creeping out this this red camp here, going to take a lot of damage on his Panda, unfortunately, and we can see that the spells can't be used on the Spellbreakers, so all the spells are pretty much going to be going on the two heroes, and that's just so much damage that you really are taking a risk when you take that much damage in this sort of situation. As we now see, Passion's been a bit less effective with his creeping, and actually TH has eyes on Passion's armor. You can see that one Spirit Ward's up, but it looks like the second one has gone down now, and still only 4-3 on his hero, so actually it looks like he might get Creepjack here. It looks like he just is going to get away in time, and did pick up a Pipe of Insight, so the worst item there for TH. He will have to sell that probably, and now the Archmage taking a lot of damage, so close to level 5. Coral Nova goes off, Invulnerability Potion Pash, but it looks like TH did decide to use the TP instead of wait for that potion to fully go through. As you now see, the TP goes down, he can't go far, so he's in a lot of trouble of being coiled, and he does now use his Invulnerability Potion, and will make a run for it. It will hide in the back of his base. You can see both his heroes so low from those 3 golems, and now as a result, the front of TH's base can be sieged, and what's more can be done on that Blight that was placed down a long time ago. But it looks like actually Passion's units are all at high hit points anyway, so he doesn't really need that at the moment. He can afford to take out more precious buildings like this Arcane Vault, so easy to take down and so important during a battle. And it looks like TH doesn't have any Arcane Scrolls, so he will be in a lot of trouble now. Building an Arcane Vault, actually power building it now. He really does need to heal up his 2 heroes. He needs to probably buy a couple of healing potions, and maybe even a TP scroll just in case as well. He has almost 1,000 gold in the bank, so he can afford to do so if need be. But in the meantime, we see Passion taking this expansion without hesitation at all, and TH still stuck on one base, really stuck in the back of his base as well. And this Archmage so close to level 5, would be so nice if he could get a small chunk of experience just to get him up to those better water elementals, because there are no destroyers on the field quite yet, and looks like there aren't going to be for a little while at least, as we still see no additional tech coming out here from Passion, I don't believe. And 2 Shredders now for TH. Will be pulling these. Obviously they do fantastic damage to these Fiends if you can get them to connect. As we now see this maze of a base that TH has constructed is causing a bit of problems for him in terms of getting his entire army out at once, and looks like a lot of these units being pulled. We'll probably see seeing some militia as well if TH is really going to try and commit to this, but certainly that Nova can be very damaging if you're not paying attention. As we actually now see this Destroyer upgrade has finished, and we now see the Water Elemental goes down with ease, and now a huge chunk of experience on these Destroyers is going to cause a lot of problem here for TH, who is going to try and chase away Passion yet again, but it's only temporary. If this Arcane Sanctum goes down as well, that could cause even more problems here for TH, as he will have very few unit producing buildings and will be relying entirely on the units he already has. And now it's a Destroyer coming in yet again, but he's chased away by the tower, so he doesn't have any mana left on him. And actually this Arcane is yet to get that level 5, but at this point actually could still be good, because you don't really have too many Destroyers in the air, so you can't use Absorb Magic too many times. As we now actually see an Abomination being produced as well. Interesting choice considering the Death Knight isn't level 5. And those Abominations are really only cost effective when you have huge coils. As we now see a Coil Nova goes down onto this Panda, as well as the huge Focus Fire from the Lich and all the Crypt Fiends as well, taking that Panda down to about 30% health. So really does need to be careful about what's going on here. As we now see this one Priest does get out in time barely, and then now some more aggression coming out here from TH just to try and chase Passion away, maybe do some free damage. And TH actually now cheekily taking this base, very cheeky of him, and looks like he will be able to hold this off for now at least. But bear in mind that Passion does have the space fully mining now, so this is really Passion's game to lose at this point, as we now see that yet more farms are going down, and TH really completely unable to do anything about it. This base causing him a lot of trouble as well, because these Spellbreakers need to get very close to the Fiends, whereas the Fiends can just snipe off units at will, as we now actually see one of these Shredders being focused down to very low health, but it can be repaired very quickly if TH wants to. He does have a lot of money, so that might be his best choice, because he just needs to get that army up and going. Actually, he only has gold peasants at the moment, so we'll have to see if that's actually what he wants to do. We can see that the peasants seem to have made sort of a great escape style flee for freedom into this old base. And actually, we now have a cast coming up for TH. Interesting choice here by him. I'm not entirely sure if he wants a third hero, or what he's planning on going for with this tier 3 that he thinks he can't do at tier 2. But we'll have to see. I'm sure he has some brilliant plan in the works, as we now see more upgrades coming out here for TH, who has gone from 0, who is now 1-1 on his breakers, and has actually overtaken oh, actually, look at that Panda going down so quickly there, as we now see the more units being focused down. TH will be able to buy that back very quickly. It is only level 2, and he does actually have 2 bases at the moment, though Passion seems to be completely unaware of this, and it'll be very, very important for TH to get off that Panda as soon as possible. Looks like he is going to lose the Shredder as well. The Shredders give a huge chunk of experience, actually enough for that Lich to get level 4. Very, very nice here, as Passion now realizes that he's been had, and now he's probably going to have to go for this altar very, very quickly, and that's going to be so damaging for TH. It's going to mean he can't get out a third hero, possibly a Mountain King, possibly a Paladin. Both would be decent in this situation, but it looks like it's not going to be, and TH has immediately realizes, probably going to Tavern it back. Obviously, you can recover that mana very quickly because of having that Archmage, and also he has a couple priests, so he can recover the health if need be as well, very, very quickly. And actually, he's actually gone past it. I'm very, very surprised there at that, and actually he's just going to go straight for this base. Buys a couple sappers. Oh, he uses the first cast sapper, but kills the second. Big mistake there by TH, who's now being forced back. TH does have a TP if he needs to use it. He has hit that level 5 as well, but it looks like actually Passion not going to micro this as well as possible, and as a result, not going to get as many kills as he possibly could have. Certainly, if he had gotten something where he could just move forward a bit and sort of scoot and shoot, that would have been very, very nice in this situation. But now we do see this altar being rebuilt, but again in a very vulnerable position. Really very few reasons not to build it back here somewhere where it'll be a lot more protected. And in the meantime, we have Passion doing a bit of shopping. He will be able to afford a lot still. Bear in mind that this base actually is just wrapping up now, so he is going to be on 1 base compared to TH's 2. But as a result, he's had so much more, and he's had so much more mining overall this game. He has just a huge army, whereas TH has really been left with tatters. A nice Nova goes off there to take down a couple of these peasants very, very quickly. And we now see this Death Knight and the Lich working very well to take down these towers in conjunction with the Fiends, and the statues in the back are very important to keep at high health. And Passion has sort of done that, but he hasn't been absolutely perfect with it, as we see another sapper being purchased now, and the Necropolis being surrounded here by breakers, but actually looks like a sapper going to move in. Will anything stop this sapper this time? These 2 towers are constructing, but they're a bit too late, and actually it looks like one of the towers is taken down, the other one taken down to half health, and in the meantime, this base completely gutted yet again by Passion, who doesn't have the time to kill that town hall, is now going to TP home, going to try and save this base, and at least he needs to save that haunted gold mine. And a very nice TP there, much further forward, much better TP here, and he does need to protect his statues, but he will be able to do a lot more damage to these units, and actually can does some considerable damage there, and he's going to get some very nice experience from these water elementals as well. Which were left sort of sacrificially there, and now meat wagons coming out, and this is huge for Passion. It's going to allow him to put on a proper siege. As we actually now see this abomination, looks like it was deliberately left at home to try and just do any damage that he could, but now Passion not microing it properly, unfortunately, and looks like it will go down, and his Archmage will very much benefit from that experience. If the Archmage can get level 6, then this whole game could turn right around. Actually no, the Death Knight makes it back in time with his incredible speed and gets off a coil, and we now see this Archmage using a newly bought Saf teleportation to go straight back here to this base, but Passion has left a huge army doing take that into account, and we don't see any TPs for Passion. He's going to have to run back. He can be very quick, but Passion's going to need to be microing these Fiends. 2-0 upgrades on the Fiends compared to 2-1. Yeah, 2-1 on the Breakers. So actually TH has managed to overtake in that upgrade war, and we now see the surround. Oh, huge surround there on the Archmage. fantastic play there. And actually now he's used his potion of invisibility, but there's no fooling Passion with that. Surely Passion's gonna see straight through that. Gonna go straight to the Goblin Surface Tree, get a scan, and there he goes and gets the kill, gets that level 5, and that could be it here now for TH. As we now see this one base continuing to be denied. There's no chance of TH mining here anytime soon. His statues here seem a bit lost, but certainly no harm done there by keeping them there, because that Archmage is now having to be rebought and having to heal up, and huge amounts of gold being lost to that. Only 5 breakers moving out to continue with this harassment, as we now see Passion coming in to intercept them. He's going to be able to cancel the healing on them. The meat wagon is going to even be able to do some damage to them. Look at that, might have even been an attack ground. That would have been so clever if that was, because that's going to be able to do a lot more damage and cancel a lot more of those salves. As we now see this one abomination doing a lot of damage, but eventually these militia have been called to try and take care of it. Fortunately, no Sork, so no slow, which will actually be very useful in this one situation where there's no destroyers in the nearby area. As we now see these breakers doing a bit of damage to the Ziggurat, but taking damage from the Black Citadel, and now these Archmages being forced to run yet again. Gonna go shopping, picking up a potion of invisibility. I can't believe actually he's buying another one of those. It didn't work out too well for him last time, and unless he's hoping to actually use it when he's not surrounded or not spotted, I'm not sure what his plan is. As we now see more breakers coming in and immediately being forced back out, though the Panda has been rebought. He's almost level 3, and now we see this Lich. Oh, the Lich catches out 2 priests. Huge there by TH for Passion, and TH is going to take a huge loss there. This Lich getting close to level 6 as well, and 1 destroyer being left at home. A huge annoyance there for TH, who's really going to be able to do absolutely nothing. He can't even build towers against that, because they just won't go up in time. And now we see TH going to maybe even lose another water elemental. Level 6 obviously not too important that Death Knight, but it is very close, and that level 3 aura is so good if you can get it. But certainly there's so many advantages here for Passion at the moment. Really the only hope TH has is that he can get that level 6 Archmage, and level 3 on the Panda now finishing. But again, the worst possible item here for TH, this plus 6 agility. Gonna definitely want to sell that, even though he has 1,000 gold in the bank. Just absolutely no use. And we now see actually gunpowder upgrades coming now for TH. With Griffin Aviary being built in the back. Are we going to be seeing some airplane? That'd be very interesting, considering the huge number of fiends and the fact that Passion. Oh, this Paladin gets focused down so quickly there. Very, very nice play there by Passion, who down gets his level 6 on his Death Knight, and that Paladin really is so late that it's going to be so tricky to use effectively. As we now see everything coming together for Passion. He's brought in his siege. He's going to be able to siege the castle while doing damage to the altar, and really everything going his way at this point. Meanwhile, actually the Archmage has teleported back in, going to deny a bit more mining, but the Acolytes are safe. Going to be repairing this tower. Maybe it would be best if actually we're just seeing the staff teleportation on the Lich here. As actually now see the Panda comes in, gets 1 crit off, and then runs straight away. And looks like in the meantime the Lich has managed to save the day for a bit, at least at home. And TH is now on the run yet again with his Panda. As long as that Lich is gone, he can basically do what he likes. He actually got an orb on his Panda. That's sort of just a sign of how much money he has, and what a threat those destroyers can be as well. As we now see in the meantime, this base, huge number of presents queued up, so we will be able to continue mining eventually here. But now this Archmage getting focused down a bit more again, down to 400 out of 800 health at this point. 1 workshop finishing, and tanks on the way actually for TH. Interesting choice here. Certainly, if you can get the anti-air upgrade, those could be good against destroyers, but there aren't really too many destroyers, so it might just be to take out this base effectively and very, very quickly. And certainly, if we do see a level 6 Archmage, that can be so powerful. This Archmage, most of the way to level 6 at this point. So, actually, he swaps that out for a flying machine now, and he's building a lot of flying machines, considering there's very little air here for Passion, so maybe he's going to be going for using the flying machines with their siege attack on buildings. I'm not entirely sure. Looks like it's a very interesting choice. It looks like he is getting the flat cannons upgrade, so it looks like it is an anti-air build. These, in case you're not aware, because you don't see flying machines too much, flying machines build as quickly as peasants. It's just absolutely insane how many of them you can get out in no time flat, and their main enemy really is the Panda, but there's no Panda out for Passion, so really it's a okay choice if there is huge number of destroyers. But at the moment, it seems like it just isn't going to be too cost effective. There's 1 destroyer out, and maybe he just wants it for that 1 destroyer. He is now building Dragonhawk Riders as well, or 1 Dragonhawk Rider. But a reveal being used now by Passion. Gonna see what's just in this base, and he saw the unit composition, and he probably is a bit confused. Only 5 siege breakers. It'd be nice maybe to see some tanks, actually, now that I'm thinking about it, if he could use those with mass teleport to get in here, but maybe he's waiting for that level 6, because he just knows it's so unlikely he's going to be able to get level 6 without it. And so TH can move out yet again. Going to do a lot of damage to this Meat Wagon straight off the bat, but it looks like this Archmage takes a lot of focus damage, down to less than half in health. And look how many flying machines have been built up in no time at all. But Web goes down on so many of those air units. Huge number of web units there all at once, and now we see this Panda taking a lot of focus, is going to go down and always pass the TP at the last second at 7 hit points. So close there, as even a Knight comes in, takes out one Fiend, and immediately TH gets straight back out of there. But look at this Panda, he's only at 21 hit points, and the Lich comes straight in and one-shots him with just a normal shot. Very, very unfortunate TP there for TH. Really did need to place that TP a bit better, probably, as we now see one heal going off on that Archmage. This Paladin level 2 now, so can use that Divine Aura, or that Divine Shield briefly, as we now see the flying machines getting picked off left, right, and center. But now this our Abomination being chased down, gonna actually probably be taken down at this point, but more Fiends going down, and if TH can get that level 6, that might be the turnaround he needs. He's so close now, as we see a lot of these flying machines actually causing a lot of problems here for Passion, because he's webbing them, and then they're getting in his own ways. He tries to retreat. So a bit of mismicro here by Passion. The Coil Nova goes off, but an insane Divine Shield at 9 hit points. TH playing this so close to the bone. Really, really being so careful with his remaining heroes now, as we see a lot more units do go down, as and actually looks like these Water Elementals will be sacrificed to Passion just so that TH can get away. TH looks like he has... No, he didn't get that level 6. Oh, one experience away from that level 6. Oh, that must be heartbreaking for TH, because it can be so hard to take down a single unit when you just need one more kill. Looks like this one Fiend might be the target. If TH realizes he's so close, he might just go all out, try and get that, and then fall back into his towers. In the meantime, no one's mining at this base. This base has a good amount of money left. Bear in mind, these are 20k mines, so they mine for a long time. As we now see this Lich moving in, going to try and do a bit more damage. Gets off a Nova, gets that level 6 as well, and now pulls straight back. We could be seeing some Death and Decay, but it doesn't seem too likely, because this battle's just been too dynamic. This game has been so back and forth, and that saving that mana can be very, very important, as this Archmage now pulls straight forward, goes for that, goes with those Knights and the Spellbreakers to get a kill. Looks like the Archmage is going to pull back yet again when he takes too much damage on this Knight, and TH could be so careful here. Now tanks being built. I think this is probably for use in conjunction with the mass teleport, because if you try and go for a base race with mass teleport and tanks, you can be absolutely insanely powerful. The cooldown on mass teleport is so short, the mana cost is so low, and you have so much mana anyways. If you bring out Blizzard as well, you can do a lot more damage to buildings. You can get good positional play as well. So many options. This Panda allows you to get Breath of Fire on buildings as well, and then obviously flying machines with now the siege upgrade finishing allows you to do a lot of damage to buildings if that's your cup of tea. And looks like we do have TH pulling out yet again. This Archmage yet to get that tiny bit more experience. As I say, it can be so tricky to get that one kill when it's so high level heroes like this. But looks like Passion picks up that Dark Ranger third. That's an interesting choice. Certainly the silence will allow him to deny any mass teleports that are occurring out of battle, so that will be nice. But he will be such a target for focus with this Paladin being able to Holy Light him as well. And looks like we do now see Nova goes off on that Paladin, who's being chased away, who has been silenced as well, so can't use that Divine Shield, and is taken down. Nice play there by Passion, and does get that kill. And we now see this Archmage has hit level 6 though, so finally we will be able to see that mass teleport, which is possibly the most powerful ultimate in the game. Certainly it'd be up for debate, I think, but certainly Metamorphosis. There are a couple others which are very, very powerful, but there's no denying that mass teleport in some situations, especially on larger maps, but certainly on this map as well, can be so powerful. Lots of these low fiends being micro back fantastically by Passion. Look at all these low fiends. Really, really nice play here, as he now gets all of his heroes out, and is now going to try and TP out of this battle. Looks like the Dark Ranger opts not to silence him, or maybe it's still on cooldown, but oh, TH leaving a couple breakers here. The Death Knight's going to chase down one of them, but not going to be able to get the second one, and it looks like this one statue going to be forced to run away from this Water Elemental, who now, bear in mind, has 900 hit points and does 41 to 49 damage, plus bonus damage to the statue, so much potential here for TH to do a lot of damage to any stray units or to any stray buildings. But it looks like TH, he's a bit low on money at this point. It would be nice, actually he only has about 6 minutes of gold left here. Meanwhile, there's a huge amount of gold left here for Passion. He is in no trouble, but if TH could eventually be mining here as well, that would be very, very nice, especially if he could give up this base eventually. It's been very, very good for him, but if he could not have to defend it as vociferously, that would certainly be nice. And this Paladin now back out. Bear in mind that with the Lich being level 6, Death and Decay is an option as well to be using on those bases as well. So really having large clumped up bases isn't too useful. As we see another battle going on here. One of these statues very, very low on health. Will we be seeing a Breath of Fire taken out? No, it looks like, yes, there finally we go. That statue gets taken out, and his Panda now very, very close to level 4. As we see a silence going off on his Paladin, who is eventually forced back though. Obviously silencing the Paladin means that you can't Holy Light these Crypt Fiends, which are less than 100 hit points, and the coil goes off to save that Fiend before the Breath of Fire goes off, and another Fiend is very, very low though. Looks like another Flying Machine going to go down as well, and actually a third one as well. Very, very nice play here by Passion, taking all of these out with the fewest hits required, and then immediately getting back. Oh, Holy Light and Breath of Fire being used to take down one Fiend just at the end there, getting that Panda's level 4, this Paladin close to level 3 as well, and obviously that level 2 Holy Light, twice as good as a level 1 Holy Light. Really very much worth having if you can get it, and I'm not sure if there's any creeps left actually, but I don't, or actually, oh, actually these creeps are left. Maybe it would be nice if we saw some sort of water elemental being brought over there, then a mass TP there, and then obviously pulling the Archmage back just to get that level 3 on the Paladin, as well as a nifty item as well, if TH can find the time. As we now see this Breath of Fire going off on the Dark Ranger just after she's coiled though, and so no Holy Light's going to be effective in taking her down, as we now see these water elementals yet again being taken down. Sort of sacrificial experience here, but without any destroyers, with them all being sort of prevented by just the notion that I could build these flying machines, and you know I can build them. That's certainly caused a lot of problems. As you now see TH now TPing in here, going to be able to take down this first Spirit Tower, going to be maybe even be able to take down a couple more units before being forced out, but does need to be so wary of this silence. Actually not a lot of mana on the Dark Ranger, so will need to be conservative with her mana, as we see these two tanks trying to take down more and more units. The silence has gone down now on the Archmage, who does have an invulnerability potion, he does pop it and will make a run for it at this point, and it looks like these tanks are just going to be left to die. TH really doing that a lot in this game, really leaving a lot of units to die. Actually now pulling back in though, so will we be seeing him maybe try and pick off another Fiend before these tanks go down, because obviously keeping the Spirit Tower alive is hugely important. Actually it does finally go down, another Siege Engine taking a lot more damage, as we now see the TP has been used just to get home, and TH now trying to take the space yet again. Bear in mind with these tanks as well, they have fortified armor, and they have 5 fortified armor at this point, but having that Lich with the -5 armor from the Orb of Corruption, so useful, taking those down a lot quicker, especially considering that a lot of your army, or a good portion of your army, is Fiends, which only do 30% damage to those tanks. So really, so absolutely critical to do as much, to have the Lich attacking the tanks. Otherwise you're really in a lot of trouble in some situations. As we now see this Death Knight level 7 now, so he's going to be able to sort of keep himself alive for a good period of time. The Lich has come in and actually hasn't spotted this one peasant here, who's gone sort of into hiding mode, and just trying to keep this town hall constructing, because you don't want to have to spend money power building it if you don't absolutely have to. A minute and a half left of gold there. Really TH is going to have to do something very quickly, as we now see the Nova goes off, and now looks like this Lich got TP out of here, does actually get out without taking too much damage, and bear in mind that the only thing that's going to be able to stop that Sapphire teleportation from this hero combination is if the Panda can get his ultimate out, and really that can be very, very important, because if you can kill something like the Lich, then really a huge amount of the DPS goes away, because you lose that orb, and that can be so powerful if you do manage to do something like that. So that Lich does need to be very, very careful of the Panda's level. As soon as that Panda's gets to a high level 5, it can cause trouble. So you now see TH doing a bit more creeping now. Really should be pulling this Archmage away, but really probably more interested in the time. And now we see, it looks like this one tank being intercepted here. Passion going to take it out, but it's going to be sort of almost a reprieve for TH. It's going to mean that he knows he's not being creep jacked, and it means that he knows he can move straight onto attacking the space with his heroes, and then pull out later as well. Fluid of accuracy being picked up, nice for the water elementals, nice for the Archmage. Really not a huge amount of benefit unless you have those tanks, or oh, actually look at this, Death and Decay now being used here by Passion, but he's done it in range of the Arcane Tower. It looks like a bit of a mistake there, as you now see the teleport being used, but look how quickly this castle is going down. This Lich forced away, and now one tank actually doing a lot of damage to the Necropolis. Would be better if he could refocus here, but 3 tanks now coming in. Will we be seeing a mass teleport in, or will it be too much of a commitment here by TH, as we now see this Lich and all three of TH's heroes running straight towards this one expansion, which does, bear in mind, still have a good amount of money left at it, because there's been so much money denied in it all game, and it was taken a lot later than TH's expansion as well. And we now see that this one tank getting into a tremendous position to attack the gold mine later on, where it's going to be very, very hard to attack. TH now getting back in here, going to attack the statue, which is a very good choice, as I've been saying all game long. If you can get away with it, you definitely should. Find shield actually being used on that paladin, which is an interesting choice. And in the meantime, we do now see this siege engine attacking that ziggurat as opposed to attacking the gold mine. But certainly both are legitimate choices at this point. And two more tanks coming in here. These tanks going to be forced back, and looks like Passion not going to be interested in chasing it. Meanwhile, this one tank takes so little damage from towers. Really, having one slow tower is absolutely essential. I'm very surprised that Passion doesn't have one slow tower. Maybe this one here would be very nice to have, because it's in a good defensive position, but at the same time it has a good range. As we now see another engagement going on, TH now getting a good breath of fire to start off this battle, but getting silenced now. It's going to be forced away. The silence isn't going to have too much of an effect. It's going to wear off just about when breath of fire comes back off cooldown. So not the best play there by Passion, as we now see another water elemental being focused down, another taking a small bit of damage, but immediately Passion going to make an absolute run for this base here. TH's mind is now out here, so he only has this base, and looks like Passion going to turn around, though. He's just too threatened here by the potential of this mass teleport, as we now see the Necropolis taking a lot of damage. If he can kill this Necropolis, that will deny the ability to teleport home from Passion, and that's going to be so critical, because it's going to mean that the hit and runs become so much more powerful until another Necropolis has been built there. As we now see that Necropolis does go down, these two Spirit Towers might go down as well, but it looks like we will be seeing the TP out immediately there. No silence can be used, and this Archmage does get home in time. Very, very nice play here by both players, as we now see TH going to be chasing away this Lich yet again. This Lich does have an invulnerability potion if things start to go really wrong, but bear in mind that if you do get the Panda ultimate off, eventually you can get that surround, and then that can be absolutely huge. But bear in mind now that actually there's no Necropolis here, none even being built here for Passion as well. He doesn't have the money to do so. He only has one. Oh, actually, he's another Acolyte here, which he's not using to mine. Oh, that's a big mistake there. But now we're seeing TH's economy being taken down. It could come down to hero versus hero in this game, as we see both players denying each other's expansion in lieu of trying to save their own. Breath of Fire goes down, and actually it looks like that one Acolyte's going to go down, so maybe keeping that other one in his base is a good choice. Actually, he has two in his base now. Really does need to be a bit more careful with that. It would be very, very nice if he can bring those back in, at least one of them, so he can get a bit more mining going off. But it looks like TH could be able to take down this mine, and this could be the end. It could mean that TH is going to have to start, or is going to be able to just starve out Passion. As you see a huge round going down here now on this Archmage. Actually, it looks like the Archmage just managed to weasel his way out, but the Paladin has been totally surrounded. Staff being used by that Panda, who's now going to make a run for it. Nova going off, Coil going off on the Knight as well. The Knight looks like it will go down, but the slows eventually going to wear off on that Panda and will run away. Very, very nice play there, as we now see that this Dark Ranger now being left at home, and will actually take a lot of damage. Passion really needs to be paying attention here. What is Passion doing? Passion eventually turns it around, but the Paladin is back in the battle. Could get off a Holy Light, but oh, doesn't, and instead it's going to go for these skeletons. I'm not sure if that was a bit of a mistake there by TH, as we now see these tanks are now attacking this crypt. It would actually looks like the mass teleport's going in here from TH, and we're going to be seeing this crypt being taken down. It would be probably pretty wide for Passion to maybe try and sell a couple of these buildings, but at the same time you want to keep them all for fodder in case it comes down to a base race. So really tough decisions have to be made now by Passion. Only 116 gold for bank, no mine at the natural, so really it's in a bit of trouble in that sense. As we now see a Nova goes off this Lich, now 6, almost 7, and we see I'm not sure if Passion can do anything here. He might just need to sit in his base and hope that TH attacks him and makes a mistake. I'm not entirely sure what his late game plans are going to be though, because you can just keep on Breath of Firing and causing all kinds of trouble. And it looks like we now will be seeing this Panda taking a lot more damage as well. And the Panda will eventually be forced out. Actually, we're just going to be seeing the mass teleport out. Such smart play here. Leaves one siege engine. Looks like that was unintentional, but he will actually probably be able to take down the Spirit Tower before anything can happen. And Passion now turning around yet again. I really think this is TH's game to lose now. I think he's just done so much with that mass teleport. It's so powerful in conjunction with those siege tanks, and you can just do so much damage to buildings with them, and you can just keep on hitting and running. And it looks like even the Altars are going to take a lot of damage before it's eventually killed by that one Lich, who as a result can't be in this battle, and that means the nuke is so much less powerful here on TH's army, and TH absolutely is wrecking the Passion in this matchup. He's just absolutely doing so much with so little. His heroes are just always in the perfect spots at this point. He's staffing when he needs to staff. He's keeping everything alive, and he's healing when he needs to heal. And just so nice play here by him. He's doing so nice damage to all the units as they become vulnerable. And it looks like actually even microing back this one elemental does get away with 8 hit points. Very, very nice here. And this Lich finally trying to move into trying to actually just trying to take down that siege tank. Probably a bit of a mistake there. Should really be trying to get back into this battle. Looks like maybe Passion's only hope at this point is to try and take down all the tanks and then hope he gets a lucky hero kill as he sits in his base and just prays basically. Really, there's so little that Passion can do at this point. His heroes are so powerful, but if it comes down to a base race, TH wins 100% of the time. TH actually no number and only 200 gold at this point, so it's possible that I guess TH could lose it, but I just don't see him doing it at this point because it's just he has such strong heroes and he can just move around so much, and silence just hasn't been used to its maximum capacity. Maybe if Passion made a gamble, bought an invisibility potion for his Dark Ranger and tried to force oh, actually, look at this. The Lich getting caught out here does have the invulnerability potion and the staff of preservation as well. Sorry, it's a staff of teleportation, not preservation, and he does eventually use that invulnerability potion. But I just don't know what Passion's absolute late game plan is here, because there's just not too much you can do. Even losing a ghoul here to this knight. Very, very nice play here by TH all game long. He took a lot of damage at the beginning, but he's just been able to do so much nice hit and run, been able to be cost effective when he shouldn't have been able to be cost effective, and I think that might be enough to win in the game, because just bear in mind, as I was saying actually earlier, if maybe we saw an invisibility potion on this Dark Ranger, who then could maybe trick the Archmage into going to a position where he needs TP, and then getting a silence just as that TP is being used, and maybe focus down the Archmage because there's no invulnerability potion or TP on the Archmage, that might be an option there for Passion, but really his options seem so few and far between, taking a lot of damage on this Death Knight as well, so he will need to try and heal up by whatever means possible. I'm not even sure. He does have his statues here, but he's going to need to sit on Blight for a long time. He's going to need to heal up, and he's just going to become so vulnerable as he has to sit in one place, and in the meantime these tanks can go and do a lot of damage. The Panda taking a lot of damage does need to be very, very careful. Can use a heal if need be, but look at that, the double staff goes off. Silence going off on that Paladin, but it looks like the invulnerability potion, or the invulnerability being used at just the right time. Spectacular play here by TH, who's now going to be doing a lot of damage to this tower. Might even be able to take it down. Yes, he will definitely be able to take it down in time, and actually will be able to do a lot of damage, probably to the Tome of Relics as well. That's certainly the next option that TH is choosing. Oh, looks like he wasted a lot of time there, but he will eventually do a good chunk of damage to it as well, as we now see all of Passion's Fiends playing catch up now, and that's just what they're doing all game long, is they just haven't been able to keep up with the fight, even as we just move between this base and this base, and back and forth and back and forth. TH now even doing some creeping, really wants that level 4 probably on his Paladin, but more importantly the critical items, which you can sell for some sweet, sweet gold at this point. Actually, TH would probably be wise to sell a Swoon of Accuracy, Gloves of Haste at this point. Both of those not too useful compared to what Invulnerability Potion could do at this point. Maybe even a Healing Potion, depending on what his strategy is going to be from this point onwards. This Paladin, actually, I can't believe he's kept the Archmage in all these fights where really it hasn't been effective at all to do so. This Knight taking a lot of damage, but obviously can be healed up by this Paladin, who has so much mana from this level 6 Archmage. Archmage hasn't actually gotten too much experience since hitting level 6. That was quite a while ago now, as we now see Passion doing some creeping of his own, but it's certainly much more meager creeping now, and really only getting this Tome of Agility, and actually wasting a lot of that experience there as well. So what item was picked up here for TH? Ooh, Medallion of Courage. Strength of Intelligence, it's not terrible certainly, but it might actually be better maybe on the Paladin or on the Panda, because it's nice to have that extra health on the Archmage, but having the extra maximum mana maybe on a Panda. Actually no, I think TH probably made the right choice here. I agree with how TH is playing that out. Keeping this Archmage alive is #1 priority, and these the regeneration at least is quick enough for this Panda and for the Paladin. But actually look at how quickly that Knight goes down. The hero focuses, or the focus from the heroes of Passion is so powerful at this point, as we now see this one block going off here. Maybe if you can get us around, this will be enough to revive Passion's fortunes, but looks like he is gonna he cancels his TP as he runs forward because he is silenced there. Very, very nice play at the last second, finally getting off a silence there, but it looks like eventually this Paladin will be able to run to the safety of the towers. So close there. Finally, we're seeing a silence being used to cancel the mass TP, but in the meantime, one sneaky tank has gotten up here. It's going to be able to take down the slaughterhouse. Mass TP being used, but then immediately cancelled there. Su not confident with what he's doing, and I think that's probably the best choice because it wouldn't be off cooldown, and he absolutely needs to be so careful at this point. and he can maybe just run this tank away. Nice blocking here by Passion. This is absolutely what he needs to do, because if this tank can get even close to the heroes, then you can staff at home, get free healing on a mechanical unit. That can be so nice, and he does get that, so he's going to be getting all that free healing, and he can come back into the battle with that siege breaker much later on. That'd be so nice to see, as you know, see more dodges there being used to dodge that one coil there. Very superb play here by th, playing this out perfectly in the late game, and now going to be losing this one water elemental by the looks of things, but such an okay loss. It's a shame that th didn't have a bit more money, because retraining the Blizzard might have actually been pretty effective at this point. Much more useful if you want to do the hit and runs. You can Blizzard all three of these buildings, and level 3 Blizzard is crazy damage, and you can cast it perpetually with sort of a Archmage of this level, with this mana regeneration and this mana pool. And it looks like Passion will go yet again for more damage, trying to get that lucky kill. Maybe he can try and get a silence, something like that, but he's immediately lost a statue due to bad micro there. Coil Nova goes off here on this Paladin. Paladin not yet used Divine Shield, finally pops it there, and will eventually be th will eventually be forced out of this battle, but has taken out a statue, so that's a huge boon for him. And now actually this one siege engine coming straight back in here. Lots of focus going down on that one fiend, but eventually healing goes off, and both heroes being microed back here by th, as the Archmage gets very adventurous. This one tank getting cut out a little bit, but the second tank is already doing a lot of damage to the buildings of Passion. Passion doesn't have a lot left, and the second tank looks like he gets staffed at the last second. Great play here by th. This Panda has been healed up. It's back in the battle. Meanwhile, Passion realizes, I need to take out this tank. I need to take it out now. I can't let it be staffed. This staff is on cooldown here for this Panda, I believe. So we'll need to be seeing the staff being used from the Paladin, who actually is very low on health. And we now see that actually the Paladin being chased back yet again. We'll need to pop that Divine Shield when it comes off cooldown. There it goes there. Healing immediately being used on that Archmage. And we will now be seeing actually a Clarity being used on this Paladin to get a bit more mana out. So really struggling for mana, even just because this battle's been going on for so long now. As we now see this Dark Ranger going down to very low health. Panda levels up at the last second, just as he's being focused down. Tremendous play here by both sides, as we now see all these fiends down to very low health. One of them does go down. A second one looks like he might go down as well. Oh, just barely manages to get away. Will he continue to be micro though? It looks like yes, he will. So both players survive for now. These tanks have been staffed home, I believe. Where are they now? Oh, maybe actually they weren't staffed home, or are they already on their way? No, I don't see them. Maybe. Oh, th lost his tanks. That certainly is going to cause problems for him. As we now see the staff being used to get off that efficient healing on that Paladin. It's much more efficient than trying to wait for it or to try and buy a couple more units. As we now see this workshop producing one more tank, we see that a lot of these items, like the have now been sold now for th. He's kept the Medallion of Courage though, which I think at this point he should probably sell, even if he can buy him one more tank. He has no lumber either, so probably just best to keep it at this point, and try and do what you can with what you have. And actually he has one peasant who is long distance mining gold, maybe? No, actually going for lumber. Interesting choice. It'd probably just be better to put him on gold. Maybe in an hour's time you can get something. As we now see this one tank being chased away. These two buildings left. Bear in mind this Tome of Relics, very low maximum hit points, and so it will be very quick to take down. As we see now th being so defensive, and Passion actually moving around with this Dark Ranger, who now does have the Staff of Teleportation on her, and will eventually staff home and try and take down this Panda, as the Panda tries to go for Breath of Fire and then run out. Meanwhile, this tank taking evasive maneuvers, good try and move in as this Water Elemental distracts. The Holy Light goes off to take down one of the fiends, only two fiends left, and now the Breath of Fire comes out, takes down that statue, and this could be it. Actually, Nova goes on this Archmage, who is healed up though, and will be running away, but there's the GG from Passion as he realizes there's nothing left for him, and oh my god, what a spectacular game. Both players back and forth. Passion looking like he absolutely had that in the early game, but th being so cost effective, and even though Passion was on 2 bases while th was on 1 for a good portion of that game, he just managed to absolutely use his heroes to the maximum effect. Mass teleport being so powerful with tanks in that sort of hit and run base trade type of game, and really great play there by both players, but th showing why he's perhaps the best player in the world at the moment. Just so dominant. I really hope you enjoyed that game, folks, and I will see you very soon for some more games. Thanks for watching as ever.